Between 1981 and 1984, a string of young women vanished across Connecticut and upstate New York. Some were walking home, some were hitchhiking, some were students, all were young, and they were all vulnerable. Most were found later, some sexually assaulted, some strangled, and others were dumped in isolated woods, fields, or rivers. The man responsible would become known as the Roadside Strangler, but his real name was Michael Bruce Ross, a seemingly ordinary man with an extraordinary dark secret. Michael Bruce Ross was born in 1959 in Putnam, Connecticut. He grew up on a chicken farm with 3 younger siblings, but his home life was anything but peaceful. His mother was violent and abusive, especially toward Michael, and when he was just a child, he was reportedly raped by his uncle. His early traumas didn't disappear, they festered. By his teenage years, Michael was fantasizing about kidnapping, raping, and killing women. These weren't fleeting thoughts, they were escalating. Despite this, Ross was smart. He earned a spot at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, studying economics. But even there, his urges didn't stop. In fact, they got worse. In 1981, the body of 25-year-old Dung Ngoc Thu, Vietnamese graduate student at Cornell, was found in a gorge. The area was known for suicides, so police didn't investigate further. But years later, Michael Ross would confess to raping and murdering her. It was his first known kill. After Thu's death, Ross kept killing. His victims were young, most under 20. Many were hitchhiking or walking alone when Ross approached in his car. Tammy Williams, 17 at the time, from Brooklyn, Connecticut, was walking home from her boyfriend's in 1982 when Ross abducted her. He raped her, then strangled her, and dumped her body in the woods. Paula Pereira, who was 16 at the time, was picked up hitchhiking while Ross was driving from New York to Connecticut. Her body was left near a marsh off I-84. Deborah Smith Taylor, who was 23 at the time, ran out of gas with her husband. They split up to find help, but she never came back. Ross had found her, and had done what he had done with the others. Then, Robin Stavinsky, who was 19 at the time, was abducted on Thanksgiving Day in 1983. In 1984, Ross lured 2 14-year-olds, April Brunace and Leslie Shelley, into his car. He raped them, then strangled both, and dumped their bodies in a river. His final known victim was Wendy Bear Belt, 17, from Griswold, Connecticut. Witnesses saw a man in glasses following her, a tall, skinny man. That description matched Ross. In 1984, police tracked Ross through his car and witness descriptions. He was a 25-year-old insurance salesman. He was clean, well-kept, and quiet. Not someone who you'd think to be a serial killer. During a 4-hour interrogation, Michael Bruce Ross confessed to multiple murders. Eventually, he would admit to 8. 6 were in Connecticut, 2 were in New York. Most of the victims had been raped, but they all had been strangled. In 1984, Michael Bruce Ross was arrested and charged. He was sentenced to death by lethal injection by the New London Superior Court. Michael Bruce Ross was charged with 6 counts of capital murder. His defense team argued mental illness, citing his childhood abuse and psychiatric diagnosis. But Ross made headlines again by rejecting further appeals. In 2005, he was granted competency to waive any further appeals. He said, "I don't want to spend my life in a cage," he told the courts. Quote, "I deserve to die," end quote. Many fought to stop his execution. Protesters gathered outside the prison. Lawyers argued mental incompetence, but Ross remained calm, even cooperative. 2005, nearly 2 decades after being on death row, Michael Bruce Ross was executed by lethal injection. He was the first person executed in Connecticut in over 40 years, and last before the state abolished the death penalty in 2012. Michael Bruce Ross left a trail of trauma behind him. 8 lives lost, many more scarred. His victims were young, trusting, and just trying to get home. He once said his killings gave him a sense of control, but in the end, it was the control he never really had. The pain he had caused outlived him.